Here is the corded detached stitch with embroidery thread. I'm using a full 6 strands with my DMC chenille size 22 needle. I'm going to begin by tracing my shape with a simple back stitch. If you'd like a tutorial on that, check the video linked above. Once you finish tracing your shape with a back stitch, you can go ahead and come back up at the corner of your shape. Now I'm going to bring my needle underneath the first back stitch on the left hand side, pull it through. I'm going to bring my free thread underneath my needle and around, creating a small loop, and pull my needle through this loop. Now I'm going to repeat the same process by pushing my needle underneath the next back stitch, wrapping my thread around the needle, creating a loop, and pulling it through. And I'm going to repeat that for the remainder of the back stitches on the left hand side of my square. Once you finish your last loop, you're going to come up through the top back stitch and bring your needle back down through the back stitch right next to it, and come down and bring this through the back stitch on the bottom as well. And this will allow us to create a new row that we can connect our previous row to. So we're going to come through the loop of our previous row, bring it underneath our new thread, wrap our thread around, and pull it through. And you're going to repeat that step by bringing your needle through the left hand side of your previous row, bring it through the loop, wrap your thread around, and pull through. Sometimes one of the hardest parts of this stitch can be controlling how tight you weave, because if you weave the loops too tightly, it can be really hard to find the loops when you create your next row. Once you finish your row, you're just going to repeat the last step. But this is a stitch you don't want to run out of thread in the middle of, so I'm just going to better safe than sorry and knot off my thread now so I don't have to knot it off in the middle of this stitch. So I'm going to bring my new piece of thread right back where I left off. I'm going to bring it up through the back stitch, down through the back stitch on the bottom, creating my new row and repeating our previous step. And you're really just going to repeat this same step until your entire shape is full. Once you've finished your last loop, you can bring it through the top of your fabric. And to bring it all together, I like to come in through the right hand side and use a back stitch to pull the woven part together to my back stitch on the right hand side. So I'm just looping it through the fabric and pulling it through and creating a small back stitch. I find that this helps bring the whole shape together, but you can do whatever you want. And when you're finished, you can go ahead and knot the back of your fabric. And that's really it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.